Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing good. Now, today I'm going to do a Bolton Wanderers preview because we are playing them tomorrow evening, and I thought I could jump on here because, to be honest with you guys, I've not really done a live stream in about 5 days, and I've been doing a lot of pre-recorded stuff, so I thought I could jump on here for a little bit and hopefully you guys can join me, and yeah, we can just have a nice chat about Arsenal. And yeah, I can't wait to do this. I've not done one, like I said, for a while. I've missed doing these live streams because I just love interacting with you guys, and yeah, I can't wait. Big up Seb, hope you're good. Great to see you in the chat. Hope everyone is doing well and having a great day. But obviously I will do a preview for tomorrow's game, but I'm more than happy to answer any questions you guys might have for me about Arsenal, Man City game as well. Big up Mike, lovely to see you in here as always. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're having a wonderful day too. But yeah, how are you guys feeling about the game tomorrow? Because for me, it really should be an easier game considering we've had so many tough games coming up. Like we've had Man City, we've had Spurs. Like for me, this game should be a lot easier. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy because I don't think you can really underestimate any team. I know at the moment Bolton are in League One, but they'll obviously want to do really well in the Carabao Cup. They want to really have a successful time this competition, so we've got to be up for it as well. Because for me, I've always felt like with the cup games, we've not really taken it seriously enough, and I think we've got to. I think if we went out of it, I wouldn't be devastated, but I also think we've got to, go through. I would be a bit surprised if we didn't go through, to be honest, because our team is obviously wasn't good enough. I do actually expect a lot of rotations though, because I think for me, you've got to give the players like a Gabriel Rice a bit of a rest because we've got a lot of fixtures coming up. I know we've got Leicester at the weekend, which is a Premier League game. So yeah, I think that's going to be our focus for the Premier League, that one. But this game, you know what? I think we should play a bit of our youth players. I would love to see that, definitely. As Mike says here, want to see some youth players tomorrow. Don't want to see Raya, Saliba, Gabriel Rice, Saka, Havertz. Lots of players need to rest. Bring the Hale M boys on with Neto in goal. Jorginho, Sinchenko to captain with Jesus up top. Um, Jesus needs his form to come back. Yeah, definitely. I'll sort of tell you my lineup as well because I think for me, I would still throw quite a few of our strong players in there, because I really don't know how this game is going to go. Yeah, I know Neto can't play. I've heard that as well. Um, but I'll sort of go on now to tell you my lineup anyway. But I think with the lineup, I'm quite flexible about what I think Arteta might do. And you know what? I'm not bothered if we do throw a lot of the young players in because it's a cup game. Like, the FA Cup for me is the big one, out of all the cup games, but I think the Carabao Cup, if we won that, that's a great trophy. It's silverware at the end of the day, and we need to obviously win that. Do you know what? It's really tough for me because I think in net, I know they're set third, but maybe this is crazy, but I'd probably go with Fryer because I just think for me, like, I don't really know if the goalkeepers we have can step up in this game. And like, to be honest with you, like I said, it's going to be a tough game. Bolton will be up for it. But I'd probably play Raya. I don't really know what his condition is. I know he was limping at the end of the game. It was a big game for us and for him. So yeah, I don't know if we're going to see Raya, but I'd probably play Raya and also yeah, I don't think Arteta will play Raya. You don't know. I don't know what will happen there. Raya's played a lot of football, and I think if he got injured tomorrow, like no one could really step in his place. So I don't mind Setford coming in, but I think I'd probably just play Raya, to be honest. Big up Emerson, hope you're good. Evening Sophie, tomorrow will not be an easy game as Bolton won 4-0 on Saturday, but we have to see what Bolton we play. Yeah, I've looked at that as well. Bolton, obviously, that's a great win for them. And going into the game, they'll probably have some confidence, excitement, because obviously we're a big club and it's a good fixture for them to come up against. And they'll want to do really well in this cup competition. Like I think if you're in a League One or League Two, the Championship, these cup games are massive. Usually it's the Premier League teams like the Uniteds, the Chelseas, or whoever that usually gets the finals. But yeah, this would be a big game for Bolton, so we can't underestimate them at all. Yeah, I'm excited for this game definitely, but nervous to see what sort of side we see, which Bolton can turn up as well. Big up Eddie, hope you're good. Good to see you here. Hope you're well. Big up Phil too. Um, Good to see you here. I'm all good, thank you. I hope you are too. I hope you had a good weekend too. Ryan play, yeah, I don't think he will, but you don't. I just don't know what Arteta's going to do, to be honest. Um, it's stupid how non-members can get tickets for this game. Yeah, the whole ticket system is just ridiculous. I'm gonna just tell you guys my back four that I'd go for. It's so tough because I don't want any players to get injured in this game. And I know, to be honest, you could always change things in the second half if things are going well. Um, but I'd probably play. Let me just tell you my lineup. I wrote it down on my phone so I can read it out to you guys. Um, I'd probably stick Timber in this game. Maybe this game is, you know, I know we could afford not to play him because he might get injured, but I think he'll definitely be up for this game. I think he's got a lot of confidence right now. Outdoors, the centre back partnership I'd go for would be Kivior, Saliba. Now, I think for me, you've got to give Saliba a chance to play today in the game, and I think for me, Gabriel's got to get a rest. Like Gabriel has been absolutely immense, and he needs that break. He needs to just relax for a week. He needs that, and we've got a big game at the weekend against Leicester, and Vardy will be playing, so he wouldn't have an easy game then. So, yeah, for me, I think for this game, we've definitely got to give Gabriel a bit of a rest. I know Saliba has equally played a lot of football too, but for me personally, I just think Gabriel, if I had to pick one of them to have a rest, it would be him. Yeah, Kivior, we saw a bit of him, so he's had a few minutes in the game against Man City, and I think this is a good game for him to come into. Now, I'm going to go Lewis Skelly. I really like him. I'm going to play him at left back. I know he can also play in the midfield, so he has sort of different positions that he can play in. Yeah, I really like him. I can't wait to see more of him. This is like the perfect game to see these young players get these chances because it's a good way for their fit to see what their fitness is like, see what they could bring to the team if they, were in a tougher fixture. Yeah, I can't wait. I hope we see more of these youth players like Ranieri as well to get game time in the Premier League when we're doing well. So yeah, I really hope that. But Lewis Skelly for me definitely deserves a start. Big up, Wookie Cookie. Hope you're good. Um, Let me get your thoughts on Holland telling Arteta to be humble. If we're being honest, I've read what a lot of people have said about it, and I completely agree. I think we're getting under Haaland's skin, and I think that's bothering him in Man City, and that's his only response to say that. Like he's threatened by us, definitely. Um, yeah, I think he's got nothing else to say, so he's just saying that, and I think it's pretty embarrassing from him. And do you know what? I can't wait to play him at the Emirates. Like, I love this rivalry now between us and Man City. Like, bring it on! I'm prepared. I'm ready for this. Um, I can't wait. Kivior, yeah, definitely that works as well. I completely agree with Mike here. Big up Truguna, I hope you're good. And please do as well check out Truguna's channel. We did a video today as well, which I did manage to check, and it was really good. Um, I'm just going to read out Wookie Cookie's lineup. Porter, Heaven, Saliba, Kivior, Calafiori, Jorginho, Lewis Skelly, Wanyeri, Sterling, Jesus, Martinelli. Yeah, I agree with that. To be honest, my lineup isn't too different. My midfield, because I want a bit of experience in this game, and I've said I want us to take these cup games seriously. I'm going to go with Jorginho, Wanyeri, and Partey. It's a bit of a risk taking playing Partey, and if he gets injured, that's another problem for us. But I just want us to have experience in this team, and then we could also play the youth player Salah as well. He's a great player, and I wouldn't mind if he did play. Um, but I just worry about lack of experience or just having a young team out. And yeah, I think it's perfectly fine for us to make plenty of changes because this is going to be a bit of a lighter game compared to the tougher games we've had coming up. So I think for me that would be the sort of midfield that I would have. Now, you know what? I think this would be a perfect game for Jesus. For me, Jesus at the moment obviously hasn't really been starting, and when he has started, he's not really made the most of his opportunities. So, yeah, for me, I'm going to play Jesus up top. I really hope that, yeah, he can just take some chances. He can have the game of his life. Like, I really would love to see that. I really want, yeah, Jesus to have a really good game for me. It'd be great to see that. Now I'm going to read you who's going to sort of have a rest on the wing. This game for me is for Sterling. Like I think we've got to see Sterling have some minutes start this game. I think this is the perfect game for him to play in. I think it's going to be great to see what he can bring to the team. We signed him. We've not really seen much of him so far, and I think this is the perfect game to see what he can bring to the team. Is he gonna, score many goals? So what qualities he has? I think this would be a great game against Bolton. And if Sterling plays, I do expect him to score, assist, and create lots of chances for the younger players as well. I'd also on the left, I'd also play Martinelli. Now that might be a bit for risk. People might say he's not done too great, he's not been scoring. But I just feel like this is the sort of game you would want him to start in because he's very good. And yeah, I just feel like for me, I would definitely play Martinelli because if he's going to score in this game, that could really help him with a lot of confidence, like going into a Premier League game against Leicester. And obviously, Trossard is out. I believe Trossard is out for this game, which is I'm absolutely fine with because he can hopefully play against Leicester. But yeah, Martinelli, we hope to see more goals from him. And yeah, I hope Martinelli, does well in this game if he does start. But I'm really fascinated to see who Arteta starts in this game because I think we've got to have a mixture of experience of youth. I think having youth definitely helps these players break through and gives them more opportunities. Um, yeah, I'm really excited to see more of Ranieri, Lewis Skelly. I think they're both very good. There'll also be a lot of younger players that want to get through the academy, and yeah, I hope we can see more youth because we don't see it as much these days at Arsenal. But yeah, just really, really hoping that we do get to see that. But that's sort of my lineup. I'll read it out one more time so you guys sort of know what I'm picking. Um, so I'm going to go with Raya, Timber, Kivior, Saliba, Lewis Skelly, Jorginho, Wanyeri, Partey, Sterling, Jesus, Martinelli. I'm going to read out yours because you guys have read it to me, and I'm hearing now Setford might be injured. We need a proper backup, because I worry if Raya ever gets injured. Um, Big up Paddy says, same here, we can beat them, the league stars. Keep your great content always. Just do what you love, ignore the haters. Thank you so much, Addy. I hope you're good, and thank you so much for your lovely comment. If you guys are watching this as well, don't forget to smash that like button for me. Do subscribe, as it means very much to help me grow my channel as well. Big up Guna Gathering. I hope you're doing good. Lovely to see you in the chat as always. 3-1 to Arsenal. Yeah, I'd take that any day. I could probably see them scoring just because they'll want to. Not Bolton will be up for this game definitely. I just want to read Mike's lineup: Setford, Nicholas Heaven, Kikwari, Kivior, Jorginho, Lewis Skelly, Ranieri, Sterling, Salah, Jesus. I think it'd be great that that sounds like a very attacking young lineup, which should be great to see. Yeah, I can't complain. I do like that. I think we've got to throw a lot of the young players in there, because I think they deserve this chance against Bolton because we can sort of relax in this game. We can give these players a chance. I think with the Carabao Cup, like, how do you guys feel about it? Because for me, I would love us to win it. But if we didn't, I'd also think it's a trophy we've not won, and we've got to win a trophy this season. Like the FA Cup for me is big, bigger than this. But at the end of the season, it's about who's won that silverware, who's had a successful season, and we might not win the league, guys. We just don't know. It's so hard to tell as it's so early on, but we've got to give this a chance. And yeah, guys, we've got to have a good chance, get a good cup win and a cup run, and do really well. I'm really excited to see how far we can go. Big up Thomason says, I want to win the Carabao Cup. We haven't won it since 1993. I was born in 1994, got to three finals, 2007, 11, and 2018 under Wenger, lost all three. I think as well, like, we're not really getting to many finals. Like, if you get to finals and you lose, obviously that's devastating. But we need to be able to get to those finals and show that, we're trying to go for the league, but we can also go for these other competitions. We just need to give our all, knowing that we tried our best. And if we don't win it, this competition, as long as we could say to ourselves, we did all we could, we just need to get very far in this competition. I really want to see us do more of that. So I'm really hoping that, yeah, we have more experience in this team. That's what I've learned, because sometimes you can play too much kind of young players and it lacks the experience in the team. So yeah, I really just hope. Yeah, definitely agree with you, Cookie here. Definitely. That team is enough to win 3 or 4-1. Yeah, we should be winning 3-0, 4-0. Like, we should be getting quite a few goals in this game. I want to see a lot of youth blooded, but in later stages go with more senior. Yeah, I think when you go in like quarterfinals, that's sort of the time where you need to be serious and play more experienced players in the team. So yeah, I do expect a younger lineup tomorrow. Arteta needs to take it seriously. That's the problem. I think as well. Like, I'm not ever saying we don't take it seriously, but I don't think the cup games are our priority, and I think it should be. Because there's no guarantee we're going to win the league, even though it feels like we've got a great team. We do. We nearly beat Man City, but we've got to really be realistic and say we might not win the league, and we've got to have other options for different, like, for FA Cups. The FA Cup for me is the big one, which I'd love to win. Like, that'd be amazing if we could go to the final and do that at Wembley. But the Carabao Cup as well, the team need to go for it. If we want to get to finals, we need to give it all. And yeah, definitely, I think in this game tomorrow, I think we need to have a mixture of youth experience. Like, I don't mind if there's more younger players than experience, but I think as long as we have a few experienced players like Saliba and Raya, Partey, like, that's all good. I don't mind us throwing a lot of young players in, because the young players as well have worked really hard and deserve this chance. Um, we need to get Guerrez in January and win the Carabao Cup. Yeah, do you know what? If we won both, that would be obviously amazing. I think for me, like Thomason says, it's so important that we do win a trophy this season. Like, that is a priority to me. Like, we've got to do that. Absolutely. Depending on the opposition, we'll need Raya to play. Yeah, that's the thing, because, like, obviously, we could get, if we got through to the next round, we could easily get like a Man City, a United, a Liverpool, and that's obviously a much tougher game for us to have, and we'll have to throw more experienced players in the mix. So I think it also depends on which teams we get in the next round if we do get through. Um, I don't think it's a case of taking it seriously. For example, after the war on Sunday, there's going to be a few tired legs. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think though, like maybe a year or two ago, we would have players in the team, and we know these players realistically probably aren't good enough and aren't going to take us to that next level. But obviously, the players we have now, I believe all the players we have are good enough to be here. So I just feel like, yeah, I think it's hard, like, Gunnar Gavin says, that we've got so many tired legs. I mean, Raya was limping, poor Timber's played so much football. He's gonna be tired. Calafiori looked a bit like he had cramp. Ben White was playing when he had a bit of an injury, so like, Lee was saying that there's a lot of factors that we have to consider with sort of who we play in that lineup. Emerson says the players who took knocks on Sunday are 50-50. If they played tomorrow, I would be surprised if Tierney isn't. I don't think Tierney would be in the squad, to be honest with you. I don't know what's going to happen about him, but yeah, I think you've just got to play some young players like in the positions like Lewis Skelly can play at left back or midfield, and Wanyama would be a great player to have. But I do believe we're going to give it all tomorrow because I know the players, are so hungry to win and have success, and know what this is another trophy that we could win, and we are more than capable of winning this. So yeah, Neto's cup tied, yes. So I kind of maybe we'll see Raya play tomorrow if Neto's cup tied and um, other ones injured. So I think, he'd be the best player to have in that position, but it's also quite tough because if Raya gets injured, realistically, like, what do we do? Like Ramsdale, at least with Ramsdale, you could feel like he could, step in that role and do well. But in this position, it's a bit of a tough one. Tierney's injured, I think. Yeah, that's a shame as well because Tierney, like, this is a good game for Tierney because I know, for example, it might not be our best left back at the club, but at least you could expect like a decent performance from him. So I think this one's it's a tough one, isn't it? Um, Big up Thomasin. One FA Cup in 5 years is unacceptable. If we don't win a trophy, Arteta needs to step down. He's taken us as far as he can, and bringing Zidane, Tuchel, Klopp, or anyone. I think, I do agree we've definitely got to bring someone in, like players in, if we're struggling in January, we've definitely got to add that strength. But the squad we have now, we have been dealing with things so amazingly. I feel so proud of the team with how we've managed to deal with everything. It's obviously just a shame that we've not really won as much in these 5 years, like Thomason says. As a club, we've improved so much, but our success hasn't. So we need to win trophies. This season for me is a must win for a trophy. Like the league for me would be the main one, and then I'll tell you the FA Cup. For me, the Champions League, if I'm being honest, I can't see us winning it. I feel like we've got a Premier League team that, our team can win a league, but the Champions League, I just don't know if we could do that yet. And then the Carabao Cup obviously is a very good one, but the FA Cup for me is just a bit above that. But obviously, like Thompson said before, we've not won it since like 1993, which is such a long time. Mike says, "What about Tomiyasu, Zinchenko? Any ideas?" Yeah, I did actually read about what Arteta said. I think Zinchenko's set to be out for a few more weeks. I think he did his calf injury. Regarding Tomiyasu, I've not actually heard much actually about that. Has anyone else heard much? Because I don't think Arteta said much, and I think Mourinho's probably just going to be a couple more weeks, which is obviously not far off what we need him to be. Because when he's back, I hope he can really slot into this team and help us. Because if I've been honest, you never know what else is next, who's going to get injured. Because Partey could always just pick up an injury. And we know we can't rely on players like Partey. So I just feel like Mourinho is going to come back at the right time. And yeah, I can't wait for him to come back and really help us because it's only going to get better for us, hopefully. Adding strength to the team, which we need because our injuries are starting to pick up a bit in the moment, aren't they? Which is a bit worrying. But we're doing really well without Odegaard, to be honest with you, which I'm kind of surprised how well we're doing. Um, so let me guys know if there are any more updates about the injuries. But I know Odegaard is going to be a few more weeks, and Zinchenko is a few more weeks, but not heard anything else other than that. Porter is the only fit goalkeeper. Is Aquano will stand by as Setford are injured, but not long term. Yeah, I think for me, I just have to see what happens, but I hope Ryan maybe starts this because I don't really feel comfortable with the other kind of options that we do have, like in that position. And big up man like Will, guys. I did go on his channel yesterday. I did a review of the Arsenal Man City game, and I absolutely love going on your channel. So Will, thank you so much for inviting me on. Um, check that out. Do subscribe because he is so close to 100 subscribers. So pick up yourself, Will. He says, smash a like for Sophie. Thank you so much, Will. It's very much appreciated. And yeah, guys, if you are watching this, as always, Smash the likes and subscribe if you are new because I'm getting so close to 3k. We won't win the Champions League. We will get to the quarterfinals. I think this season, I completely agree. I expect the sort of same sort of process as it happened last season. I reckon quarters, the semi-finals would be very good for us, and I think next season if we could get to the final, that'd be even better. Hey Shay Arsenal, good to see you in the chat. I hope you're doing good. Um, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Man City, Barcelona are favourites to win the Champions League. We are not good enough to win it. I think the thing with us, I just don't think we have got the squad for the Champions League. But I think we have the squad for the Premier League. Like, I don't think we're there yet with the Champions League. And for me, the league is my priority at the moment because we're so close to doing it. Liverpool as well, favourites to win the Champions League. Liverpool have got a lot of experience, and I think they can. I don't know if they'll win it, but I reckon they'll go quite far. Really, yeah. Big up Dominic Palmer. Good to see you here. I hope you're good. And yeah, having a great day. Good to see you in the chat. Big up Shay has said, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new here and get a chance to 3k subscribers. Thank you so much, Shay. I also will be doing a giveaway when I hit 3k as well, just to let you guys know. I will let you guys know nearer the time because I'm not quite there yet, but I like to give back to you guys because you guys always support me during my live streams and watch my content. So yeah, I'll let you guys know soon, but thank you so much. For that. But like Thomasin was saying before with the Champions League, I don't think we're there yet. But this season, be interesting to see how we do. It's going to be so tough because I suppose as well in the cup competitions, if we're starting to get further, we'll have to put stronger teams out, and then the Champions League comes on. It's going to be hard to rotate, and that's why I sort of wanted us to sign a few more players in the summer. But the January transfer window, I hope we can definitely make some changes there because we do really need to do that. We've got a very, I think we've improved in quality, but we've got a quite a weak squad in the sense that we're one or two injuries away from a disaster. Like Rodri, guys, he's just done his ACL, and honestly, I just need to say that I think I'm going to say this as an Arsenal fan. I just don't get how people can wish an ACL on someone. Like, I just find that so disrespectful. Like, even if Man City fans have laughed at our injuries, we should not do that back. Um, so yeah, I just really hope that I wish him well, but obviously that puts Man City in the equation where could we, take this chance now and fly through the season because they're going to struggle. De Bruyne's being out. Rodri's out. He's a big part to play in their team. He's probably one of their most important players. So it does put us in a good position. But I also think you can never wish anything like this on these players. I don't think it's fair to do that. Um, but yeah, interesting. These injuries for so many teams are starting to pick up. Like as Roger used to say, the schedule is getting so packed now. It's so busy, and it's going to be a struggle for these teams, especially for us if we're getting into cup competitions. So we're getting to semi-finals. But yeah, I always say you've got to take each game at a time. I'm excited for tomorrow's game. It's going to be interesting to sort of see. I would love us to thrash them. It'd be so nice to see us like score 3 or 4 goals. But I expect us to do that because they're a League One side, and obviously they'll be up for it. But we realistically should really score quite a few goals. Um, Dominic says, I genuinely think we'll win the league this season. I love your positivity. Do you know, I think it's so hard to say right now, but it does feel as though every season we get better. We're closing these fine margins between us and Man City. You know what? Beating them would have been amazing, but I just feel like that draw would be a positive result at the end of the season. But yeah, I think we're doing so well managing without these injuries too. So I definitely agree. I think numbers wise, the squad is fine and strong, but ideally we'd lose one defender and sign another attacker to balance it. I think I look at our squad now and I think we've got so many defenders. Like, not that that's a bad thing, but we've got like Kivior, Tomiyasu, Tierney, Calafiori, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, like, etc. But in the attack, we need a few more, options to have because, like, we never know how Sterling's going to do. I know he's alone, so if it doesn't go well, it doesn't matter too much. But I just feel like we need more of those options up front in the attack. So I'd be interested to sort of see how we sort of manage throughout the season with that. Um, Emerson says the backup goalkeeper after Ryan Neto are the under 21s goalkeeper. A lot of people in the chat are getting confused. They need to look at the goalkeepers we have on our books. I said 3 years ago 2024-25 would be when we'd win it. I've seen nothing so far to suggest we can't win it. Like, we've not lost so far, have we, guys? It's been a good start from us this season. Like, I know the Brighton game at the time, a lot of us felt very frustrated, and it felt a bit like we started a bit slow, but I just think that things are looking quite positive right now. Yeah, I think it's a good start from us. I think we've just got to keep winning, keep getting these positive results. Sell Tierney. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you guys, I think Tierney, I'm surprised we didn't sell him in the summer, or, him. He's been on loan quite a lot, and I think his time at Arsenal's up now because we've got so many options that fit better than he does. Like, don't get me wrong, a few years back he was a perfect person in that role, but unfortunately things change and he's not really, he doesn't fit in that role as much now as he used to. Um, but he's still obviously a very, very good player to have, and I'm not complaining that if he ever did step in, I would, be more than happy to give him a go. But yeah, I just think for me, we've got to just see what happens with Tierney. Be interesting to see how it goes. But I don't think we're going to see much of him, are we? If he's injured, then are we going to sell him in January? Like, I don't really know what's going on with that. Yes, I just don't know why we've kept him if he's not going to play. But maybe Arteta will come to that decision after when he's not injured. But it's a shame because we all really like Tierney. Um, big big up to you all for leaving these comments. I'm loving going through them. That'd be what I'd like to see. Big up Kevin and Benson. Anyone who can stop City is good by me. Cheers from NZ. Big up yourself. Great to see you here. Honestly, like, do you think we guys can stop City? Because I honestly really want to. Um, yeah, I want us to do it so bad. Like, honestly, when Haaland really got under my skin the other day, like, I know that's what he wants to do. He wants to get in our heads and the players' heads. But, like, when just what he was saying after the game, him chucking a ball at Gabriel, it made me want us to win the league even more, want us to beat them even more when we play them. Um, at our ground, like, it's so annoying. He's bothered me. But I just love how much Gabriel can, like, keep him in his pocket. Like, Gabriel defensively has improved so much. Like, look at him when he arrived. Like, don't get me wrong, he has a great partnership with Saliba. Look at when he came, he was like with Mustafi or Pablo Mari. I can't actually remember the defenders at the time he was with, but um yeah, I was just absolutely blown away by how amazing he defended against Haaland. Like, I was just so pleased for him. He's doing absolutely amazing, and yeah, his performance of the night was absolutely solid. It was amazing, and yeah, I just feel so happy for him. His progress that he's been making as well. Um, Tierney's injury with Scotland meant selling him wasn't. Yeah, I think when he's not injured, I think the options are more open. But I also think how much would we actually get for him, because we know Tierney is an amazing player. He's a defender that loves to attack, and he's a joy to watch. But at the same time, he gets a lot of injuries. Like, I watched the Scotland game. It might have been near the Euros or whenever it was, but he honestly, he, his injury record is so poor, and it's a real shame because he's such a great player in the team. So I really hope that can improve for him. Tierney can play in cup competitions or over age play in the under 21s as he is training with the under 21s on a daily basis. As he's recovered from his injury. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're going to play Tierney this season at any point. I don't really see this happening at all. I think it's happened with Tierney. Like, he's had his chance. And yeah, I just don't think we're going to really be playing him, especially if he might be a bit injured. So, yeah, I think our options at the moment are a little bit, short. But yeah, I think we should definitely go with the lineup that you guys have suggested, the one that I have suggested. Um, 5 to 10 million tops for Tierney. Yeah, I don't actually, guys. Do you guys remember how much we got him for? Because I can't actually remember. When you got him from Celtic, was it like? Because I remember thinking it wasn't too bad, like the price, but I actually can't remember. My mind just gone blank. But I think if Tierney look back on his time at Arsenal, he is obviously had a good time. He's won an FA Cup. He was so instrumental in us doing that, and it just hasn't worked out, unfortunately. It is what it is. It happens, unfortunately. Um, Big up Alexa Smith. I hope you're good. Good to see you in the chat. Big up Kevin. The Ketty are doing great in my team. Thanks, guys. Oh, I'm really, really happy for you guys. I'm happy it's working out. Yeah, I think for me, like I always thought the Ketty is a good player, and that's not ever changed. But I just think for me, it's just not. It's just not Arsenal's level. He's not gonna win us a league on his own. But that doesn't mean he's not a good player. He had amazing moments for us, and I'm just excited to support him. You know, I'm an Arsenal fan, but I'm also really excited to see what he's going to do, what he's going to bring to the team for Crystal Palace. And yeah, I just feel really excited for his future. So look after him. We do miss him, but I know this was the right decision for both clubs. And yeah, he'll definitely improve you guys for sure. Um, there's a question here for Kevin. Would you rather have Ayu or Nketiah? Good question, actually. Big up Emerson. Why pick him in the Champions League squad? 35 billion we bought for him from Celtic if we sell him. Yeah, God, I thought it was around 20 million, yeah. I think to be fair, the time that's not too bad because he was a very good player and he actually saved us so many times. Like I don't remember which season it was. It might have been around the 2021 season, but he was so important for us and I just think he doesn't like suit how we play anymore, and that just happens in football. Like it changes, and you know players come and go. Unfortunately, it's just the reality of it now. But I see a very good player in Tierney, and I think nowadays you're not going to get much from him because his injury record, like I just think like he'll have a good half a season but pick up a big injury. So I think whoever gets him, I think, you know, you can't rely on him unfortunately. So that's why his price does go down. But yeah, I think I remember it like Dominic says, it was around 20 million, wasn't it? 25 million. And that's not too bad to be honest, considering what a player he was. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna see Tierney this season. I just think because he's injured as well, I think he's gonna go and move on. I'll just say hi to this person, but I do not agree with the comment. Big up to Bigo. Good to see you here. I mean, I'll disagree, but I appreciate you joining this chat. Good to see you in here. Um, Kevin, this is in response to the comment. Both awesome. IU works harder, but Nketiah knows how to shoot. Yeah, I think they're both obviously very different players, but Nketiah is very good at finding in the box. If he's got that chance, he will shoot and get those goals this season. In the cup games, he always was very good for us. And I always will, you know, love that about him. But yeah, he's definitely suits being at Crystal Palace a lot more than Arsenal. It just didn't fit. How serious is Raya's injury? I don't actually think. I think he might be okay. I know he was limping off. If there's any updates, guys, do comment that because I'll come to that. But I don't think it's that bad. I think he was just probably a bit leggy. Um, Big up Nicholas, big up yourself. Much love to you. You always show me lots of love and support on my videos, always, and I do appreciate that. Always good to see you here, and I hope you're good. Hope you're having a good day too. Hello to all the people in the stream. I just love Skelly's. Yeah, me too. Absolutely. um London is blue as in sad because we're winning the league. Yeah, we better be. We better be winning it. I'm tired of people saying having a go at us. Honestly, it's driving me nuts. I want to just win it. It was the right decision to put him in the UKL squad, given his quality in the space. But we have to be realistic on the price now due to his injury, and it's clear he's. Yeah, I think with Tierney, I think his injury record, like, do you know if he wasn't injured like as much, I think it would be a different story. Like, if his injury record wasn't that bad, I would be open to having him around the squads, but I think because he's injured so much, it's not good to have. He's not going to improve us. So we will always have that love for Tierney, but if he's not helping us, then it's no point having him here, and he's injured so much as well. Um, which is a bit annoying, not gonna lie, but I know he can't help it, and he'll be frustrated at it himself. Um, Pick up yourself, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so so much for that comment. I know you're a Chelsea fan, I'm pretty sure you are, because you said London is blue. But yeah, I appreciate you showing the love in the chat, and yeah, do subscribe, guys, if you're watching. But big up to yourself as well. I do always appreciate people coming in here. Um, Carve on the injury for Raya and the others was cramp. I don't know how Raya's doing. I presumed he was okay because Arteta didn't really say much on it, but we'll probably hear more tomorrow about. Um, we better be winning the league, okay? Honestly, this is just sorry. These the comments come up so fast. Who's winning the league? Lol. Do you know what? I think at the moment, like, I just can't say, but obviously we're doing very good, and there's no reason, like, I've forgotten who. Yeah, I forgot your name now, but someone in the chat said there's no reason why we can't do it. We are showing that we're good enough to do it. So yeah, let's back ourselves, guys. It's just annoying because injuries are a big factor, and to see how that happens. Um, can Aston Villa challenge us, Man City and Liverpool, the title? I think they can. Do you know, I actually don't know how it, like, as you said, like Liverpool, what are they? How are they going to get on this season? Because they've had a good start and then they've lost the game, but they're doing really well with their new manager. So it's a big, interesting thing to say how he's going to do. Tierney, without being injury prone, would be. I always said about him being the captain one day. Like at the time, when we were sort of thinking, like with the whole Aubameyang saga, when we were sort of thinking about who could be our captain, like I was honestly saying Tierney, Gabriella. They were my two captains that I would obviously choose, but obviously it's not happened sadly. Um, God, these comments are going so fast. Arteta has said the one player it's doubtful for tomorrow. Kai Havertz didn't complete. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think the game at the weekend was so hard because the second half we all had to just sit back and defend as a team. So he had a few chances that he could have took, but I think it was a bit of a tough one for him really because he couldn't attack as much as he wanted to. But saying that, he did have a few chances which he could have probably took. But I like Kai. I think as someone said on my channel, he's good, but then there's being great. Is he at that level of being great? That's it. That's another question. So we're gonna have to see if we think he's great. But I am happy with Havertz. I just want to see a bit more goals from him. Um, Man City will win the league, even Rodri is injured. That's the thing, like them finding a way really irritates me because last season I honestly thought we were going to do it and then they did it. Like it drives me nuts because we're so close to doing it. How was the new captain? If you're talking about Jorginho, because the thing is, like, Odegaard is so good, but then Jorginho, he's. I think Jorginho would be a great coach one day. To be honest, I think he's got that quality. You can really see on the sideline how passionate he is, and you can really see that he has that quality. You are beautiful, by the way. Oh, thank you so much. It's very kind of you to say. I think Havertz was great on Sunday. Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's unfair to judge some of our attacking players in that game because they didn't really have a chance to attack. They just had to sit back and defend for the whole thing. Like they never had that chance to really do much. So I think it's hard to judge them at that moment. Um, but yeah, I think Havertz has obviously had a good start to the season, and yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see if he starts in a cup game against Bolton. What's going to happen with that? If he does, then you know what, we'll just have to see how he does get on throughout the season. But I really hope Havertz can have like a 15 to sort of 20 goals season in the Premier League. I think he needs to step up this season. Like last season was sort of a transition season of him coming in, getting used to sort of our team, the new manager, sort of a new style of playing stuff. So I completely get that. Man United fans want us to win the league, which is great, but they don't want the rivals to win. That's the thing. It's like I think they're at that point now where fans want us to stop Man City. Like people are so tired of Man City like winning things that they want us to do it. So we need to do it, guys. This season, we need to do it. Um, Obviously, a trophy. I want us to, win. I don't whether that'll be the league or whether that's an FA Cup or whatever we have coming up. But I think that's definitely, yeah, got to be a priority to win something this season. But yeah, an interesting point. It's weird. United fans would rather us win than Man City, even though the rivalry between us and United will always be there. Um, but yeah, it's so tough, really, facing that. Good question here. Who do you think would be a bigger miss for Man City, Rodri or Haaland? Obviously not wishing injury on anyone. That's a very tough question because even without Haaland, they would still score goals. I just don't think they would kill off games the way they do if without Haaland. Like, if Haaland's not there, they would probably win a game, maybe 1-0. But when Haaland's there, he'll get a hat trick, he'll obviously get bags of goals. So it's a different. It's so hard to say because I think they're equally as important. Um, I honestly don't know. I'm trying to think. I'd probably say Haaland just because I feel like if Haaland's not there, they could they might they might scrape the results or they might get draws in there without Haaland because Haaland is that difference maker that they need. But on the other hand, you've also got Phil Foden who is absolutely incredible. So there's so many other players that will provide goals for them, and Rodri is so important, and he's going to be a big loss for them. Kai was so fun in defending duties, good in pressing, blocking the empty head. I love that. I love it when people call it the empty head because we were amazing. The away fans at Arsenal were amazing. I'm so glad that fixture now is over and done with because it's always so tough playing them away. I'm just glad we got a positive result. It wasn't what we wanted, guys, but um, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. And obviously, Bolton tomorrow, guys. I'm going to round this show up in a few moments. But what are your score predictions? I'm going to go. I'm going to 3-0 to the Arsenal. I think we're going to do really well. I think this game is going to really help us in our confidence, especially for the young players to start. So, yeah, I'm going to go 3-0 to the Arsenal. In 1980, my uncle went to London and asked me to bring back a Palace shirt to NZ. He came back with Arsenal Kelly Sampson shirt. I love that. I love that story. To Arsenal versus Bolton. Yeah, I think it's going to be like a 2-0, 3-0 Arsenal. It should really be a comfortable win and performance from us. I expect us to sort of dominate most of the game, and it wouldn't surprise me if they did have chances in the game if they scored, but we really need to be winning this game. Definitely. Emerson says good show and Arsenal on penalties, 4-1 Arsenal. I hope so. I'll take a win, not on penalties. That would stress me out. Um, but guys, I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm trying to think. I'm going to let you know when my next video is going to be out because I've got quite a few videos coming up this week. So yes, guys, I'll probably be doing a review after the show tomorrow as well to chat about it. So I'll be live. It'll be live probably, yeah. I'll let you guys know my Twitter, Instagram, all of that. But thank you all so much for watching today. I've really enjoyed doing this. It's been really nice to interact with you all as well. Yeah, thank you all for those that are joining me. If those are new here, big up Kevin. Thank you so much for joining. Great to see you here. All the best for the season. I hope you have a great evening, Nicholas. Good to see you here. But yeah, please don't forget to leave a like on this video. As you leave, do subscribe as well. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. I think Man City are playing against Watford. It'll be a thrashing tonight, won't it? That'll be an easy game for them. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And yeah, I appreciate your love as always. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye.